so here we go. Today we are going to review the LifeProof protective case for iPhone 4 and 4S. First I'm going to take a quick look at the packaging. You can see it's pretty simple. All it's supposed to do is pretty much contain the case itself with a couple accessories. When you flip it up, it gives you this very neat way to see the case inside it itself. It's got basic information all about the case itself on the flap. And then on the bottom, a small statement to explain LifeProof. We are a contradiction. We create LifeProof protection for mobile devices that is beautiful but also understated. Our cases are sleek and slim while being tough and durable. We believe in attention to detail and excellence in design to deal with everyday problems you may not even be aware of. We like to be invisible. Well, almost. I kind of like that statement because that's one thing that I noticed when I was actually using the case. Keep in mind I've been using this case since my 4S was purchased, so that means October 14th. And for the past few months I have been throwing this, I was going to say throw things at it, usually you say stuff I threw at it pretty much took it all. In this case it was actually the exact opposite. Instead of throwing stuff at it, I actually threw it at stuff. And so when I did that, you would have expected some things to happen, but it took it really, really well. So that's the first very big impression about it. Now, aside from the packaging, little flap with sticky, we'll move that aside, and we're going to go straight down into the case itself. So, some questions we're going to answer today. We're going to find out, okay, is this case really that good? Is it indestructible? Is it super case instead of Superman? Do I really want to spend $80 for a case that's going to keep my phone waterproof? Is it worth it? I can safely say right now, after all the experience with using the case, short answer, yeah, it's worth it. In fact, from all the things I was able to do with it, it's worth even more than that. Because honestly, the reactions that you get from your friends when you take your phone and dip it in the water while you're on a phone call, yeah, that's priceless. In fact, I should have probably done a commercial. LifeProof, $79. Vacation, $1,200. Dipping your phone into a pool to see how your friends will react, priceless. I actually think that would have been awesome because I've done that countless times just to see what happens. So in general, I have to say right now, the case is not indestructible. It's not made of metal. It's not going to take a bullet. But it sure is designed to. In fact, for the things that it's stated to take care of, it takes care of it very well. You've got a nice little elastic around the edges that makes it bouncy, so when you drop it, it bounces, literally, like a ball. On the outside, you've got the back, which is a plastic. On the inside, you can kind of see the structure is nice. I'm going to open it up. Before I open it up, I'll give you a quick rundown. The bottom is your charging port. Your bottom bay door closes up, seals it together. The top is a screen protector. The little home button is raised a bit. The front-facing camera, the proximity sensor, and the ambient light sensor are all exposed so that you can still see it, but it's still covered. The headphone speaker on the top where your ears go, that's completely sealed off. Even though it's available to talk, you can actually see it. It's kind of hard to explain the way they do it, but it's really brilliant. It's fully waterproof, but it's still usable. And then on the bottom, you've got the headphone, the microphone and speaker completely covered. On the top, is where you've got the headphone slot, a little headphone bung, as they say. I usually just call it a headphone plug. It's designed to screw in here with a little tiny yellow O-ring. You can see the seal off this, makes it waterproof. Once it is out and empty and you see a hole there, you are not waterproof. So get something stuck in there really quickly. I'd suggest your waterproof headphone adapter can screw right in very easily. Once this screws in, it's also waterproof again. Except the difference is now you can plug in your pair of headphones. You can even plug in waterproof headphones. This over here is called the bung keeper. It's designed to keep this little screw from the top. As you can see, I've already got one in here for an example. This is where it would go. You could keep that with you. I'd suggest keeping it with your pair of headphones. So whenever you plug your headphones in, you'll have it. And when you're done, screw that right back in. Never forget that. Because if you do, LifeProof is not accountable. You're the one that forgot it out, and if your phone does drop into water and it won't have this in there, it won't be waterproof, so you're pretty much screwed. So, the back end You can see it's got the camera with optical glass covered, the LED flash also, yet still waterproof. Peel it open. When you do peel it open a specific way. There's a little coin slot here. Kind of peel it back a little bit, go to the other side, and then peel it back in an even manner to get it off. There we go. Okay. So here's the inside. There's an O-ring seal. See, the structure is very thin, but when you get it on the phone is when you can really tell that it's pretty tough. Front end, back end, you can see there's a little tiny piece over there to be able to raise the home button so it's easier to access. Front waterproof on the camera and everything. And the speakers and the microphone are all completely covered also. So that's a basic thing about the case right here. A couple things you will want to note is when you are getting your case out of the box, please do follow all of the instructions. If you do not, you will run the risk of messing your phone up. In fact, it's kind of the point of reading the instructions. In this case, it's pretty simple. All you have to do is take the case empty, just like this, put it into a little pot of water or something, some kind of container with water, and weigh it down so that it's under the water, and leave it there for about an hour. Once you've done so, you'll be able to see whether or not it's fully waterproof. Then you can safely put your phone in. That guarantees you that you should be fine. Of course, a couple things to note. I absolutely love this case. I think it's probably the best protective case out there on the market. Comparing it to the Griffin Survivor case and the OtterBoxes, it is way thinner and way more protective. Those are not waterproof. This one is waterproof down to 6 feet. So you've got waterproof down to 6 feet, drop-proof, dust-proof, snow-proof, freeze-proof. I guess the way they say life-proof really does come to a new meaning. And in addition to that, it's worth the $80. People think, well, the OtterBox is $50. Yeah, but it's not waterproof. The Griffin Survivor case is water-resistant, but it's not waterproof. This one is fully waterproof, and it's thin, and it's a lot lighter than both of the other ones. It's also smoother, so it can fit right into your pocket. Next thing about it is, besides being worth the $80, you can get a belt clip and a bicycle mount. You can get it going with you wherever you want to. So it's very handy, comes in handy all the time. I know a lot of people over here in Corpus Christi, they go fishing a lot, and they have their iPhones, most of them that have the LifeProof cases, with them all the time. That's pretty cool. So basically, that was a quick rundown of the case. If you have any other questions, please do feel free to comment below and let me know what you think about it. Let me know what kind of comments you have. And I will now roll the footage of this thing working in action.